The safest place most people keep their money is quietly making them poorer. Not the stock market, not a bad investment, the bank account, the one that feels safe, the one that never goes down, the one that is losing your money in slow motion while you sleep. The number on the screen never drops. The money does. This is what NTM told us, the technical layer behind the philosophy. Next 9 minutes, the real math on cash savings, the psychological trap that keeps people stuck in it, and a client of Mike's who waited 14 months to invest 50,000 euros, and what that hesitation actually cost him. Inside one of the big four consulting firms, Mike worked alongside two colleagues. Same salary, same year of joining, same everything. At the end of every month, the first colleague moved her money into a savings account. Safe, predictable, never goes down. The second colleague automated an investment into a broad market index fund. Boring, slow, easy to ignore. 5 years later, Mike ran the numbers. The savings account had grown by less than 2% in total. The index fund had grown by 63%. But here is the part nobody talks about. The savings account did not just grow slowly. In real terms, adjusted for inflation, it lost value. Every year, silently, without a single notification. Let us break down exactly what happened to 100 euros kept in cash since 2020. According to Eurostat data, inflation in the Eurozone averaged approximately 6% between 2021 and 2023, the highest sustained inflation rate in 40 years, confirmed by the European Central Bank. That 100 euros sitting in a savings account earning 1%. In real purchasing power terms, it is worth approximately 78 euros today. The number on the screen did not change. The money did. Now take that same 100 euros and put it into a broad European index fund in January 2020. Despite a global pandemic, a war in Europe, and the highest inflation in 40 years, according to S&P Global data, that 100 euros is worth approximately 155 euros today. The difference between 78 euros and 155 euros is not luck. It is not financial genius. It is the single decision of where the money went. If this is changing how you think about cash, hit like. It helps more people find exactly this kind of breakdown. Here is the question nobody asks. If cash consistently loses to inflation and consistently loses to the market over any meaningful time horizon, why do people keep holding it? Behavioral finance has the answer. It is called the money illusion, a concept studied extensively by Nobel Prize-winning economist Richard Thaler, whose work on mental accounting Mike Petry references throughout Nobody Told Mike. The number on the screen does not change, so the brain does not register a loss. A portfolio that drops from 10,000 euros to 9,000 euros triggers immediate pain. A savings account that should have grown to 15,000 euros but sits at 10,200 euros feels fine. Both lost money in real terms. Only one of them looks like a loss. Stay with me, because this next part is the reason smart, successful people make this exact mistake. It is not a knowledge problem. It is a wiring problem. This is the same mechanism that makes loss aversion so expensive. We fear visible losses more than invisible ones. The stock market is volatile and visible. Inflation is silent and invisible. So we protect ourselves from the thing we can see and ignore the thing that is actually costing us more. Mike Petry calls this the safety trap on Nobody Told Mike. The thing that feels safest is not always the thing that is safest. Sometimes it is just the thing that hides the damage best. Feels safe, is safe, not the same thing. Let us make this personal. Sarah is 34. She earns 4,000 euros a month. She keeps 500 euros a month in a savings account because it feels responsible. Over 10 years, she saves 60,000 euros. Inflation adjusted, her purchasing power is approximately 48,000 euros. Thomas is 34, same salary. He automates 500 euros a month into a low-cost index ETF. Over 10 years at historical average returns, he has approximately 86,000 euros. Not because Thomas is smarter, not because Thomas worked harder, because Thomas removed the decision from his own hands before the safety trap could activate. Claudia is 34. She splits the difference. 250 euros into emergency savings, 250 euros automated into investment. Over 10 years, she has a genuine safety net and approximately 43,000 euros in investments. All three earned the same. The system each built determined everything that followed. Here is the version of this story that stays with Mike the most. A client came in with 50,000 euros in cash, ready to invest, except the market did not feel right. So he waited 1 month, then 3. Then the news got worse, then 6 months, then the election, then 9 months, then rates. 14 months after that first conversation, the money was still in the account. The market had risen 22% in those 14 months. The 50,000 euros that should have been working had produced 220 euros in interest. And he still was not sure the timing was right. That is not a market problem. That is a psychology problem. And the system that fixes it is not a better market prediction. It is the automation that removes the timing decision entirely. One critical distinction before we close. Cash is not the enemy. The emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of living expenses, is not a mistake. It is the foundation everything else is built on. It is held in cash not because it earns returns, but because it is not an investment. It is insurance. The distinction that matters is between cash as a safety net and cash as a wealth-building strategy. One is essential. The other is the most widely held financial mistake in history. Let us bring this together. 1. Cash feels safe because the number on screen never drops. But according to Eurostat data, inflation erodes purchasing power silently and consistently. 100 euros in 2020 is worth 78 euros today. 2. The money illusion, documented by Nobel laureate Richard Thaler, makes visible market risk feel larger than invisible inflation risk. Both are real. Only one looks like a loss. 3. The emergency fund is essential. Cash beyond that is a wealth-building strategy with a 40-year track record of underperformance. 4. Waiting for the right moment to invest is itself a decision with a measurable cost. 14 months cost one client 22% of potential returns. 5. The difference between Sarah and Thomas was not income, intelligence, or discipline. It was the system each built on payday. The reframe worth keeping. The bank account that never goes down is not protecting your money. It is just hiding how much it is losing. Write that down. Because the safest feeling decision in personal finance is often the most expensive one over time. Here's the question for the comments. How much of your money is sitting in cash right now? And did you know what it was actually costing you? Be honest. If this changed how you think about the money in your account right now, subscribe here for more NTM explainers, and go watch Nobody Told Mike on the main channel for the full story behind the numbers. Link below.